Okay. All right. So I'm gonna talk about Gotobun no Hanayome. Now I finally caught up. I was like 6 chapters behind from the last chapter, and I want to talk about this manga series. Now, if you guys don't know, you guys probably definitely don't know. I used to read a shit ton of mangas, like so much that I have to basically daily. I have to read easily 20 to 30 chapters of manga just to be able to catch up almost every single day. Stuff like I did read was Seven in no Majo, Freezing, Sekire, um, Minamoto Kuno Monogatari, Joshikose, not Joshikose, Joshiko, the cross-dressing one, I forgot the name of that. XL Kana, not XL Kanajo, XX Shinasai. Last game, well, that was all finished then. Girls, Wild Girls Wild, Korean manga. Water polo one, I forgot the name of that one. Uh, Freaking a shit ton. Basically, a shit ton of manga. Like, so much so that it was over. It was too much for me to handle, and I just stopped reading overall. Because I was reading over like 10 to 15. Yeah, 10 to 15 or 20 mangas. 10, let's say 20 mangas. Like, oh yeah, even Nisekoi. I was reading it, then it got licensed. I couldn't read it anymore. Which is good because it was kind of dropping it because it's kind of but yeah. Then I started reading some other stuff like, so when Gotobun, I started reading Gotobun when the anime for certain, and I never heard of Gotobun no Hanayome. The only reason why I know and read the manga is because I saw this anime that was going to act called Gotobun no Hanayome and stuff, and I was like, oh, it looks interesting. I want to read it. Now, the same thing happened with Domestic Nakanjo. Domestic Nakanjo, Sonan Deska, and Gotobun no Hanayome, they all were airing around the same season. If you don't know what Sonan Deska is, I recommend watching it, but especially recommend reading it. Basically, a bunch of high schoolers stranded on a island, and one of them, Homare, basically helps them survive and then learn how to survive on the island. Domestic Conjo is a good read, but it just goes here and there and here and there. I might talk about it. I don't know, but you know, I also read Mahoni Natte Dungeon or something. Like, I became a demon lord of a dungeon and a couple of series. So yeah, I dropped on pretty much almost every single manga I was reading. On my saga, that's one that I was reading too. Well, that doesn't matter. But yeah, I was reading it. So basically, I'm reading like Domestic no Kanjo. Well, now, and Gotobun no Hanayome, Sonan Deska, became a demon lord of a dungeon. Um, the Island of Big Bugs, which has been updated in a long ass time. Axel Joshi. So, what is this episode about? This episode is about basically not a review, but more of what happened, the opinion, and what I feel about this manga. Of course, I'll talk about each girl, obviously, and I'll even tell you my favorite girl's ranking. Maybe I'll talk about each girls while ranking them, because I'll tell you. Overall, this manga, it was a good read. It's kind of very basic. I mean, it's a wholesome harem manga, but I gotta say it's super basic. It's so goddamn basic. Basically, the story is about a guy named Futaro who is very, very poor family, who gets an job option to teach, who is very academic, like he is like a top like acing student who got like the highest grade whatsoever, who gets a job from a doctor saying that, hey, I have these daughters who are failing and I need you to teach them. I'll pay you. So basically, a story about them and the interactions with his interactions with them and all that stuff, and how relations build and all that kind of stuff. Most of you who have read it will know pretty much everyone falls for them, and you'll find out that it's kind of like nisekoi. Oh, these guys have met before in childhood. Futaro doesn't remember. But they do remember, but they won't tell you. Because, well, actually, no, they all met him in childhood, but one of them really confessed to him, or whatever, or something like that. I forgot the childhood shit. But yeah, one of them is actually destined to get with them. That's the basic idea. It's like nisekoi. Only difference is they're all sisters, and they have all their own perks and you like uniqueness and all that kind of stuff. I would say it was an alright read. I would give it like a 6. Like, it was enjoyable, but it wasn't like something like I would highly recommend people to read. It's an alright series. If you like slice of life, romance, stuff like that, then I would recommend this. But on that, you don't need to do it. Like, honestly, I'll tell you, some of these girls kind of just don't do much. In fact, actually, one of my favorite girl, does the least out of all of these to the story, which kind of makes me sad, but whatever. So at the end of the chapter, so basically, let's start this thing. Basically, since they're all twins, the constant aspect of this is that they constantly dress as each other. So there are times where Miku is right here, if you can see my mouse, the girl in the middle, she will sometimes have wig and probably dress and stuff like dress like Yotsuba to trick other people or to do something, and sometimes her will dress like Nino, and Nino will dress like Itsuki will dress like, they can dress as each other and cosplay as each other to get into situations, to fool around, to fool Futaro, to get what they want, that kind of aspect. So there's a lot of thing, and it's kind of like that kind of story where it's like, oh, they're trying to get romance, but they also want to get ahead of the sister, so they're trying to do what they can to get ahead. And they might even use camouflage to do some stuff, which I'll talk about later because it deals with one of the sisters, and I really want to talk about that. So that's the idea. And the thing is, they all grow, like their character personalities grow and get so much like depth. And it really shows that despite being siblings, love can change a person, even if it's the same person. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to talk about, but overall, it's like the idea of that story was pleasant. Like, oh, these are all failing. Okay. Oh, they're gonna fall in love with them. All right, let's see what's gonna happen, because they basically live each other and all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna spoil anything too much of the manga because I don't know if anyone else will be reading it. But I'm gonna say this. I want to talk mainly about the final chapter and stuff, and I will talk more about the sisters and things like that, which will contain spoiler. So if you're in this point from now on, please skip or continue ahead if you're okay with spoilers. Let's talk about the final chapter. He picks Yotsuba. And at the end of the chapter, you'll see he proposes to her. as soon as he asks her, well, not really, really soon as I ask her, but proposed to Yotsuba. And then suddenly you get a 5 year skip to where all these sisters are older, including Futaro, and then you see Yotsuba's and Futaro's wedding, which, if you read the beginning of mangas, is basically they teased the author. I forgot the author's name. I haven't looked it up. I'll look it up later. The author teases about their wedding, about him marrying one of these girl sisters. But the problem is they look all the same and stuff, to where it confuses you to like, wait, who is that? Which one did he choose? Which one did he choose? Oh my god, is it Miko? Is it Nino? Is it Itsuki? Is it Ichika? Is it Yotsuba? You don't know. It teases them for like the first 5-6 chapters, I believe. I don't exactly know a number, but they tease you and stuff, to where you're trying to figure out, and while you're going on, certain events happens to where you're still trying to guess who is it. Now, in any chapter, basically is he dreams. It basically skips the 5 years the past future. Yotsuba and Yotaro. I forgot to make character already. That's how Futaro gets married, and basically at the end, the sisters all come in and they try to do a bullshit like, oh, we're going to dress as a thing, and you're going to like. So basically, while Yotsuba is changing, all the sisters are there too, and they actually change and look exactly like Yotsuba, to where they're asking him, oh, I still have feelings for you and everything. But can you, if you really do love Yotsuba, can you choose can you like tell which one is a real Yotsuba? And then he starts like going from the oldest to youngest. If you know, it's from the left to the right. Ichika, Ichi, in Japanese, which means one. So Ichika, oldest one, first daughter. Nino, ni as in ni. Mi can also be read as used to the kanji for san, which is the 3 lines, is also can be read as mi. So that's what Miku. Yotsu means 4, and Itsu means 5. Clever name, puns of the name, and it really matches the character. So he keeps on, like, he addresses each girl and says, oh, Ichika, you're blah 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 of this blah 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 blah, and you're blah 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 blah, and he calls Yotsuba the last. And then he wakes up, and it was all a dream. But the best thing is, in the 5 years past, when he was dreaming it, all said, oh yeah, let's choose a place to go for honeymoon. Well, and then he wakes up and it's like, oh yeah, let's do a field trip before we graduate. And then they'll choose a place to visit. That ending was alright. It wasn't what I wanted or expected to be, but whatever. Cool. Overall, decent manga, decent read. And now I wanted to talk about the individual girls. Okay, I closed it. Where's Ichika? I want to talk about Ichika. And I said I'll talk from my least favorite to my most favorite. Ichika was a good character. She was the mature one. She wanted to be an actor and she did it. She knew what she wanted to do and she did it. She wasn't hesitant, and she was like, she's not aggressive, but she knew what she wanted and she did it per thing. She took care of her sisters. When all of her sisters wanted to move away because their father or stepfather didn't want Futaro to be with them because, he felt like they weren't passing still with Futaro's teaching, so it's like, why do we need you anymore? So they moved away just to get away from the father and stuff like that. To continue getting tutored by Futaro. Her character was alright, and then, she's like, oh yeah, I love Futaro. However, in one of the scenes, you see Ichika's personality, to where in one time She dresses as Miku to go to Futaro to make it sound like Miku doesn't like him anymore. She tried to sabotage like Miku's chance to get him, to make him look like, oh yeah, Ichiga's the best. She may try to make herself look better and Miku much worse, because Miku was the one who was out of Nino, out of every sister. Nino and Miku are like the only two who are really trying the best to get Futaro to like them, but Miku was trying the most, and she tried to make Miku look really bad by dressing up as Miku and try to sabotage that thing. And that really showed how freaking sly and nasty she is. And that kind of ruined her character, because I really hated her for what she did. To be able to easily betray your own sister just to get upper hand in romance is a very disgusting thing to do. And that ruined Ichika for me. That honestly ruined Ichika. I never liked her as much. She was alright. She was okay. I didn't hate her. I didn't like her as much. But that just made me just not, wanted her out of here. What she did was the worst thing ever. Yes, she has improved much better later on, but still, she's not as good as she was. She's improved, but that just ruined it. Nino. Actually, no. Nino is not my. Miku. Sorry. Everyone loves Miku. Who the fuck doesn't love Miku? Except for me. She's a little bit overrated for me, but I can't lie and say that she wasn't the one who had the most, what do you call, improvement or character development. She was the one with the lowest scores. I mean, she had low scores like everyone else and stuff. But to really get on Futaro's side and show that how serious it is, she improved her scores to so much that she scores the first out of every of the sister now. She gets really good high scores. Before she couldn't even boil water. She didn't even know how to boil water. Or freaking ton of stuff. Then she learned how to cook and everything just to show how much she's serious about Futaro. And she's a very shy, quiet girl, and she started becoming aggressive. She was like, you know what? If I continue being shy, Futaro is going to be taken away from me. I will not have a chance. I'm going to go in. I'm going to show him I have feelings, and I'm going to keep on trying until he falls in love with me. And out of everyone, she has the most development. Basically, this whole series is catered towards Miku fan service, because she is out of the entire one except for Nino. Still Nino doesn't compare to the amount of development she has, but she has the most character development in the entire series to only get cocked to Yotsuba. However, to me, even despite the improvements, I gotta put her as my fourth favorite girl. I don't know why Yotsuba. I don't know why Futaro chose her. To me, she felt like she really did nothing. She was always like doing like sports or requests that everyone asks her and everything, but she never did anything to gain Futaro's love. And then suddenly he's like, oh yeah, I love Yotsuba. Like, what? She's always like, oh yeah, I'm never enough. I'm never good enough. I'm not good enough. Go get Nino. She's better. Go get Miku. She's better. I'm not good. I'm ass. Blah, blah. I'm always bad. Don't trust me. Don't like me. Blah, blah. I mean, she gets a little bit better, but it kind of got boring and it kind of got annoying. But she did improve, and I really love that, even though like it was basically at the complete end, she finally realized that she doesn't have to be in the back anymore. She doesn't have to support her sisters anymore. I mean, not even the end, like almost a little bit halfway through the series, she doesn't have to be in the back burner to support her sisters. that she feels like if she doesn't support her sisters, she's not gonna be liked. She's not gonna be anything. Because no matter what, they're sisters. So I love her character development. Nino. At first, Nino fucking hated the shit out of Futaro. Hated the shit out of Futaro. And she was very sincere. Then she started liking him because she started noticing the good qualities of him and started liking him. And as soon as the series kept on going, I'm going to try to hurry this up. As the series kept going, she got softer and softer. I mean, she's still like, she's aggressive. She's a very aggressive, I'm in your face. I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. Watch me do it. And that's what the great thing is. But the problem is that is, even though she is aggressive and she will try to do whatever it takes to Futaro, she's the most supportive sister, and she is like the backbone of the sisters. She helps so many of her sisters in so much situations, even though she could help herself in a way to get Futaro to like her even more. She doesn't do it. She worries about her sister more. She's the most compassionate character to her sisters ever. And I really love that about character and how she's meant from this cold-hearted bitch start. Because when you get introduced to this soft-spoken, not soft, but soft-hearted, nice, supportive sister who not only loves Futaro and does care about Futaro, but cares about the sisters just as well. And that's what I love about Nino. That's why Nino is my second favorite character. And the best part is her name is Nino because she's the second daughter. Now, you know what that means. Itsuki is my number one favorite character. She's the one who started this. She's the first character that Futaro got introduced to. Meeting. Her quirk, her quality is basically she's still bad at grades no matter what, and she doesn't know what she wants to be. She wants to follow her mother's footsteps, but then she realizes that's not what I should do because I'm not good at that. I'm going to do what I want, and I want to do teaching just like my mother, but I want to do it my way. She does improve as a character, but in the romance aisle, she's not there. There's no romantic situations between Futaro and Itsuki. So even though I kept on wishing for Itsuki and Futaro to get together, there was 0% chance of that happening because she was always a neutral character who was just there for shits and giggles. That's it. She had no character development. I mean, she did basically, but want to be a teacher and not always have to follow the mother's step to a T. But anything else to the characters and everything, she was there to support. She was there to help Yotsuba. She was helpful to Yotsuba than anyone else. But you just really couldn't notice because it was so subtle. But I really feel sad that she was basically a side character. She felt like a freaking side character in this freaking manga, and I didn't like that. I love her as a character, but why would you want to make her as a side character? She's a great character. I love her design. I love her personality, but she really did nothing. And I gotta blame the author for that. Actually, I wouldn't say that she did nothing, but she didn't have an impact to the story, to the romance, to the relationship as much as any of the other characters. And so that's it. That's basically Gotobun no Hanayome. That's what I gotta say about this series. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for listening. I might do one for domestic Nakanajo, but let's see. Anyway, see you guys later.